Hello everybody and welcome once again to Forever Stranded. In this episode I'd like to show you some more stuff about Advanced Rocketry. But first of all, let's have a quick look at some AE2 things. What I want to do is we'll go downstairs to where I've done the AE2, or most of the AE2 stuff. After having gotten all those loot chests with all this dense cable, I've got rather a lot of dense cable at the moment. It takes quite a lot of making, but since I've got them, I'm going to use them. So I've taken it all the way downstairs to the room below. But first of all, here I see I've done a bit of an update here on the crafters and molecular assemblers. But first, let's just put a storage unit on here, because what I want to do is I want to get more glass, or I want glass to be available all the time, because at the moment I've run out of glass, mostly because of the sand quest as it happens. What I want is, have I got any in there? I haven't got any in there. I'll just take a piece of cable for the time being. I want another smart cable. I'll right click the storage bus here, and then on the ME interface, what I want to say is, what have I got in here? That's interesting. I've already configured that up. No, I can't. Oh, maybe I have. What I want to do is store 64 glass. So I put 64 glass in here on the ME interface, because it's got the storage bus attached to it, and that should be now active. It should always keep a stack of 64. You see, it's slowly making glass. Now the trouble with this, of course, is that sand is being taken out of the system all the time. But the sand is going in here at a very high rate. So basically got, as you can see, it's coming in all the time. So this thing's got to basically pinch a bit of sand as it's going along. Oops, wrong one. And it'll take a while before that gets up to 64, but it will do eventually. But I've got some sand on me anyway at the moment. What I want to do is make some panes. We'll see that in a minute. So let's quickly go downstairs to the other area, and I've basically automated all of these machines now with AE2. So here we've got, for instance, this ME interface bus is making some encoded patterns to make some silicon wafers, some basic circuits and some advanced circuits, and so on and so forth. The same with the lathe here and the rods. It's making all sorts of different types of rods. And here I haven't actually updated this one yet, but I've got the recipes coming into the ender chest to be produced. The precision assembler I've done already as well, or a few items anyway. And here we've got the rolling machine, and this one we've got these sheets, but you need to make the plates first of all. So here's the set of plates that you can make for this one, and from those plates you can make some sheets, including these titanium super high pressure tanks, which are the ones which give you 8 buckets. I'm going to plan to automate this as well. In fact, everything's already prepared. I just need to bring up into here some ME interfaces and some ME import buses, and that's it. Diamonds are done. I haven't actually. Oh yes, this is where the cables come down. So the dense ME cable's going down here, and then it's going under the floor. In fact, you can see here, this is actually is ready. Let me just get out of my toolkit my wrench here. If I could take either wrench as it happens, and shift right click this one, and you can see here it's got the dense cable coming up, ready to be used. So let's put the cover back again, the facade, and in here we've got the same thing. So now we're not producing any more, we're producing lapis in here as well. So diamonds are finished. I haven't submitted them yet. We could probably do that this episode actually. So let's get on and do that. I think next. No, I want to do something else first. Let's go back over here. Oh, sorry, I'm jumping around. I want to show you something else. On here, this is the interface terminal. If you see down here, I said I automated these things, and all it says input hatch is 6s, but it doesn't tell me the machine that they're attached to. So what we can do, we can produce, I've got some already prepared, so let's have a look at that here. You can produce labels. So this one here says cutting machine, this one says lathe, This one says precision assembler. This is the rolling machine. That's slot 5, that's not really important, and that one, and we need the Certus quartz. So what you do, for example, let's say we want to do one for the arc furnace. So we simply shift right click and right click this in the air, that's right, yes. Put one piece of, or how many of pieces of metal you want in here, and then you can type in arc furnace. Like that. And then you take the label out. And this thing here, then we can use that arc furnace press to name any item. So for example, let's go and make some interfaces. I've actually got some interfaces prepared, I think. So let's have a look at those. I've got 3. Actually, I want probably more than 3. Actually, I've got 4. But 4 will do for the time being. So I want to name these interfaces. So all I need to do, in fact, in a particular case, I don't actually need the square ones, I want the flat ones. So let's make some flat ones like this. And here you've got an inscriber. And in the inscriber you can put 2 plates. So this was alloy smelter slot 3 on there. So for example, let's put one in the arc furnace. Now the arc furnace has got 1 input, so let's just simply put one of those into there like that and let it run. And then this ME interface will be called arc furnace, like that. But since we've already got some of these made, let's do a rolling machine as well. So we take this out of here. I could also, in fact I only need 1, didn't I? Because they don't get used up. I think I was thinking about them being used up. So we could put 2 in here because we've got 2 arc furnaces. 2 rolling inputs on the rolling machine. So let's put that one there and do a second one. So you see these are now called rolling machines. So let's go downstairs and put those into place. So here's the rolling machine. I've already got these 2 interfaces on here, and I'm going to remove those. So let's just do this one to start with. I haven't got enough space, have I? I need a chest. Let's just quickly get a chest. Like that. Let's just dump in all of these into here like that, because I don't need the plates for the time being. I don't need the iron or the Certus quartz. In fact, I do need the glass, or at least some of it. Right. So I'm going to take these out of here like this. Let's move those out of the way, and then when I shift, what's going on here? Let me move it. Try again. Right, this time we'll simply right click this and then move everything out of here. So I've got those into here like that. And then all we need to do then is to remove this, and I can use the network tool as well, so I can shift right click that like that and it takes it off. I'll remove the whole projector, don't need that there. So the one we want is one we called rolling machine. So I'll put one called rolling machine on here like this and shift right click that into place. And I'll do the same over to this side, but before I do that, of course, I've got to put all of these plates back in again. Like that. And I was being fussy in which order I put them, it doesn't really matter that much. So that'll keep those items into there. I'll do the same thing over to this one here. So let's simply right click that and take out the items. Like that, and probably should sort those. And then we'll remove it. Like that. So now what's this one called? That's the other rolling machine one, good. So put that one there like that, and then we'll put the items back in here. And be careful of which tool I'm using. So there we have all the items back in again. So now, when we go upstairs, I'll take those with me, and I'll leave the rest of those there for the time being. So we go upstairs, and now we have a look at the terminal interface here. So this time we should see a rolling machine as an input. And they're alphabetical, I think. There we go, look. So there's our rolling machine. We've got two interfaces on there. So that's how you can name those things, and also how you can store things as well. So right, let's go back downstairs and just put away this stuff that I don't want with me. I'll leave the network tool in. Actually, I'll take the network. Yes, I'll leave the network tool with me in there. And the glass and the interfaces, we'll put back those as well. The art furnace I didn't go and put downstairs. We'll do that later on. Or I'll do it off camera, I think. So let's go over to the rocket here. Now I said before you can, oh, just a few gas being ground. I said before you can actually send a rocket to a particular location using this, and it didn't work for me. So in here I've got a landing pad. Actually, this, you won't normally see this name in here, but I have upgraded or updated the Advanced Rocketry to the latest alpha, because we're using alpha versions anyway, so I just updated the later alpha, and you get this landing pad now. It's got a name in it. It's actually still called still called a docking pad, but when you open it, it's called a landing pad. So in here now I've got a rocket, and before I was putting a seat on there. So let's go and have a look at where this is going. It's going nowhere at the moment. So let's quickly go to the moon in our own rocket. So our rocket should be fueled up. You see, I've done the same thing here. I've got a docking pad here, and I've called this one manned for being a manned rocket, and I've linked the fueling station to this docking pad. So whenever the rocket lands here, it automatically fuels itself up. You can't see it. So you simply shift right click with the linker on that and on the docking pad, and it does it. So now we can get into here. Let me just double check one thing. I need to make sure I've got my chip. There we go, the moon. I also need to make sure, yes, I've got some spare linkers in here. That's no big deal. We'll take one of these linkers here, and we shall come back and we'll actually make sure that this linker is linked to this particular block, like that. So I shift right click on there, and now it says that this one is set to 184 minus 1228 dimension 0. Now I'll put my space helmet on as well. Now let's get into here. Now it says destination space station 2, so I'm going to press the quote key to open up the interface, and then I'll take this one out and I shall put in the moon chip here, and off we go. And we wait a few seconds, because this one's got I think it's got 8 rockets on it. It goes fairly fast. And what you'll notice, if you look at these coordinates here, my X is 184 and my Z is 1224. When I'm actually reached the moon, I'm landing in exactly the same X and Z coordinates as I was on Earth. And it's the same is true for the space station. So when we're on the space station, wherever we land, we have the same X and Z coordinates. I'll show you that in a short while. Right, here we are. I wonder if that's going to fuel itself up. Let's have a quick look. I'm not sure if it... Oops, shift. Try again. I can't see it with it. AEI, JEI, and the way it's just fill it, move it. No, it's not filling itself up. No big deal. And you'll see here I've got a rocket that's already come back. Now, that's also got a docking pad in. But there's another one over by the where the mine was. So let's go and have a look at that one first. Where is my super teleportation frame? It's here. It's about its bad position. So that one says moon mine. Okay, here we are. So let's now take this one that we created in here and open up this docking pad here. I've probably already got one in it, which I probably have actually. Let's have a look. Actually, this is the one we want. We'll put this one in here, like that. We'll clear this one, and you can clear it by shift right clicking on the block like that. So now the coordinates here are unset. So now we shall shift right click on here like this, and you look at that one, and now the coordinates are set to dimension 2, which is great. Actually, in my bag here I have got some more fuel. Let's just take the fuel out, 7 buckets of fuel in here, and we shall teleport back to the space station. Here was a rocket monitoring station, which is also linked to that docking pad, like that. And you'll see here I've got the this ender tank, and actually that ender tank is pushing. There's no cables, it's just pushing this. So when you right click this and you've got the orange bit going down, that means it pushes fuel into the fueling station. So that saves a bit of, actually that saves a lot of faff, to be honest with you. So now this rocket is going to go nowhere. We don't care about that rocket for the time being. Let's go back now to Earth. Let's just fill this up with one right click on here like that. Check it with a shift right click. See, now it's filled up. Now we're going to change this chip in here, so let's just get in here and then press that one, remove this chip. Now when I do this, sometimes the game actually crashes, but it didn't do today. So we want now the one that's set to Earth. We'll do that one, and we shall press the quote key again and just put this one into here, and just press space to take off again. Because what was giving me trouble before was trying to figure out how to get the rockets to go to a particular place. And I was having a lot of difficulty until I realised when you with a manned vehicle, then that basically means it's got a seat. So if it's got a seat, it's manned. If it hasn't got a seat, then it's an unmanned vehicle. That's alright, we're already back home. And that's how the mod determines where a rocket's going to go to. So normally, if it's got no seat, it will land in a location which is a square of, it's supposed to be a radius, but it's not. It's like a square of 2 times 256 blocks, where the middle of it is the starting point. So here we've got, where is that rocket gone? Here. So in this docking pad here now, I'm going to put into here this linker here like that. Okay, and that's all I need to do. Let's check this is fueled up. Might well be. Yes, it's fueled up, and it's got it's got a guidance computer, but that should be actually set to Earth. We'll take that out. And it's got nothing in the satellite. I might actually need one. Let's put a satellite in this for the sake of it. I want to build a new satellite anyway, because what I want to do is over here I want to increase the power of this transmitter. I set up a second satellite here, and you can see how this is doing. So at the moment it's generating 200 RF per tick. So let's go and send up a third satellite. Yes, you see it's starting to rain because we're in actually an ocean biome because I converted it. So I don't want that one. Actually, I do want that one because I want the satellite, don't I? So I want the satellite builder here. So what I want in here is I don't need the data storage units for what I'm going to build. I'm going to build a another microwave transmitter. So let's have a look at that. Let's turn back in GEI, and I want to go back here, and I want to go to satellite. Oops. Like that. And I want to make one of these microwave transmitters. So I need to make some glass, which I haven't done yet. Let's do those first of all. Lenses. Now this is where I need some glass. I haven't got any glass, so let's just make some glass panes first of all. Like that. Shift away those. Clear that. and then put these in. Now that's where I wanted the glass for, so I'll put those back into there. So now we should be able to make this microwave transmitter. So we'll make 2 of these lenses, 1, 2. Put that in there. Now we should be able to actually build it. So we've got 1 of those. The next thing we want to do is make some more of these. So I don't think I've got enough in here. I've got none. So we're going to need to make 12 of these. So let's make 12. And I've run out of gold plates, no problem. Let's craft some more gold plates. Let's make 30 of those. Like that. Then we wait for a few more. How many do I need? I need another 9, don't I? That's 3, 6, 9. Okay, and then we're going to make these as well. These are the ones that give you the big power. So let's go back to the satellite builder and let's put in the microwave transmitter and 2 of these, and that's all we need to do. We need a chip, of course, so we need a satellite chip. Let's run one satellite chip. Okay, we've got one of those. Probably got one in stock already, but I don't think it showed up. So let's put that into the wrong place, into here, and then build the satellite. So now I've got that, and I've got this. So I'll now put this into the satellite, into the rocket. That'll be all we need to do, and that should send it off. So let's just send this rocket away. Let's launch it. It's fueled up, ready to go, and there it goes. Now that should land on the moon, on that pad. First of all, it's got to launch the. Let's have a look. It's got to launch the satellite into space and then come down again. It should land on the other place. Take a few seconds for it to do that. But while it's doing that, we can put the chip into the satellite receiver, microwave receiver, sorry. And I reckon you can have as many. You see, this is unknown. It won't work straight away until this has actually got up to enough power here. So it's still generating 200 RF per tick. But when it comes into operation, it will be 300 RF per tick. Actually, it's not too bad, that, considering. It doesn't cost that much to actually send to build the satellite. And it's free power once it's up there, so that's pretty good. So now let's go back to Lunar again. In fact, let me just put these back in here. Into the satellite builder, because you normally need these for different satellites. You see, it's already fueled up as it was, so that's set to Earth. Put Lunar, and off we go. We might even see the other rocket as we come past as well. It might well be. Yep, I put more spikes down. I'm not quite sure why gas is spawning there, in fact, as it happens. I think it's probably because of the water wheel. And I think the squids are falling into the witch water. Here we go. Quite a funny side effect. Something I didn't expect to happen. Let's just fuel up this rocket while we're waiting. And let's go over here. Now we should see that rocket appear here. Not yet appeared here. In fact, I don't think I put that in a particularly good place. This is point on pad 2. So I shall wait here for a few minutes. Actually, what I'll do is I'll pause it until the rocket appears again. I didn't need to pause it very long because it's coming already. That's about 5 seconds, which is a bit of a shame really, because I could have waited longer, couldn't I? So now the rocket's landed, so I shift right click on this and I should be able to see that the satellite's disappeared, so that's now operational. And all we need to do now is to send this back again. So all we need to do is to fill it up with fuel. Right click that, I think, check it. It's filled up with fuel, it is. And then we send it back again from here. This should already be launched. Actually just need to launch it. And there we go. And the rocket goes back again. Isn't that cool? So now we're going to just go back to our own rocket and we can get into it because it's already set up. Press the button and swap the chips over. Got 2 Earth chips, you see, and off we go. And if we look carefully, we'll probably go past the other rocket as we're going up. It might be too far away to see it as it happens. And that's the difference the engines make. We'll land before the other one. It might be also because we actually press space to descend and we don't wait the 30 seconds. How doing? Right, we're just about to change direction and down we go. Shift right click this. Now you'll see it's actually already filled up. Look at that. And then we just have to wait for the other rocket, and so that'll be down in a few minutes. So I'll do a quick pause until I see it coming down again. Well, it's been a few minutes now and it still hasn't returned, but I'll wait for it. I won't wait now, I'll just wait for it to come back. It will come back and it will land on this pad, but it might be I need to do things like chunk load the moon part. Anyway, let's go and have a look at this microwave receiver, see if we're now getting 300 because the rocket launched correctly. Oops, I need to be off that because otherwise I'll get burned up. Oh, you see what I mean? If you're standing on it you get burnt up, but that shouldn't be too much problem. Microwave receiver, now we're generating 300 RF per tick. That will burn up mobs and animals, but you won't actually burn up husks. I did try doing a husk, putting a husk on there to see if it actually burnt up, but it didn't, unfortunately. Never mind. So, I think I'm just getting a wind warning, which is not necessary at the moment. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something new about Advanced Rocketry. There's still a lot more in this mod. Next time, we're going to go into another planet or two. I know where the sapling is because I've been to every single planet in all of the solar systems. Until then, I'll say bye for now.